Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. So, good afternoon, good evening. Saturday evening, April 13th. And this is a heavyweight night with Jaron Anderson in his fight. And my man Abdullah Mason on that undercard. Lightweight phenomenon. Looking for big and better things with him. But what I want to talk about tonight, y'all, is I want to talk about this hate, man, and these lies that's going around in social media, in particular YouTube, man, and some of the guys that got these channels that just putting up stuff that's not true. And I'm speaking of none other than Jaron Boots Ennis, who we know we got the news this week that he signed with Matchroom Boxing, The Zone, and DAZN, The Zone, and Eddie Hearn, which I think was a good move for him because he was at a stalemate and nothing was happening and couldn't get fights and being ducked. And as you remember, I've mentioned this before, that the three most avoided fighters, the three most ducked fighters in boxing was Jaron Boots Ennis, Shakur Stevenson, and David Benavidez. And it's still that way, but Jaron Boots Ennis is kind of on top of that because there's only one fighter for the most part ducking David Benavidez. And I had him really at the top, and that's Canelo. But Boots, man, he's been ducked by so many and still being ducked, right? And still being talked about. Here it is, somebody, all these fighters are ducking him, but now he's ducking fighters. Now they done flipped it and turned it around. So now just recently, it was said that he turned down a fight with Tim Tszyu. But then when I challenge people and I ask them, when I deal with the facts, they can't answer the question. How could he turn down a fight? How could he be offered a fight by Tim Tszyu, a 154-pounder, and he's a welterweight? That's number one. They're not even in the same weight division. So how did he turn down a fight with Tim Tszyu when he's trying to clean up the division in 147? He's trying to get a fight at 147. He's not moving up there yet. He said after we clean out this division, after we get all the belts, is what him and his father said. Then eventually they'll move to 154. They ain't say they moving up to 154. So why would they turn down a fight with Tim Tszyu? Why would he duck Tim Tszyu? Tim Tszyu just came out of a fight where his corner screwed up on him and messed him up, and he got an L because they didn't know to stop the fight, at least in the fourth round. He got to deal with that. So when was he ducking him? He was slated. He was supposed to be fighting Jermell Charlo. That never happened. So now he gets into a fight with Fundora. Then this happened. Crawford trying to fight him, but y'all want to put Boots in there now, and Boots is ducking him. Now, today, Boots ran to The Zone. He ran to Matchroom Boxing so he could duck Barrios? Why are you guys putting up foolishness on YouTube just to get views, man? And the people that's telling the truth, the people that's giving the real good information, like myself, we don't have all the support. But these guys got all the support. They got everything going on for them, but they lying and they making up stuff. But we're not doing that over here. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep doing what we do, man. But these guys are just lying. Barrios turned down the fight with Boots, man. He said that his wife was getting ready to have a baby and they wasn't ready to fight. But now all of a sudden, he's on that undercard with Canelo on May 4th. And so is Stanionis, who also didn't want to fight Boots. Those are just two fighters that didn't want to fight Boots. I don't really care about Barrios, man, because he got beat by a lightweight, and I don't really think that would have did anything for Boots' career anyway, but it would have been something to keep him busy to get into a fight. I understand that. I'm definitely not knocking Boots, his father, Bozy. I love them, you know what I mean? I respect them. But I'm just saying, Stanionis would have been, he's a bona fide welterweight, right? He turned down a fight. Virgil Ortiz turned down a fight. Keith Thurman turned down a fight. And then these guys want to fight Boots. That's the whole point. Terrence Crawford. Listen, Bernie the Boxer. We're not buying none of you. You talk a lot of nonsense, my man. Nobody's trying to hear what you're saying, boss. If Jaron Boots Ennis, if you're not impressed by him and he's not a boogeyman, then fight him. If you say that Crawford will stop him, see, you doing the talking, but you not fighting. If Crawford will stop him, then make the fight, bro. Now you're talking about, oh, come up with the money and we'll fight. No, man. Like they said, Terrence Crawford, and listen, I like Terrence Crawford, man. He's one of my favorite fighters. I knew he was going to be Spence. I knew it was going to be easy. I'm not knocking Errol Spence. I'm not knocking Terrence Crawford. He's at the end of his career right now because it took him so long to get to a fight where he could really show his skills. He showed his skills, but on that level and dominate a fighter who was the so-called boogeyman in the welterweight division, right? And he dominated that boogeyman, and now he's trying to get the most out of his career going towards the end. I get it, money-wise. But a fight with Boots will make a lot of money because everybody wants to see that because Boots is the top guy. Remember, he was ranked number 1, 2, or 3 in every organization. WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO. Okay? Been trying to get the fight with Spence. Been trying to get the fight with Crawford. He wanted to earn that belt, man. He didn't ask them to give him that belt. He didn't petition IBF, yo, man, Crawford's playing games, man, let me get that belt. He didn't do that. They did that. They stripped him of the belt and gave it to him. He didn't ask for it. But now that he got it, what y'all gonna do? Email. He ain't no email champ. Man, he just fought a dude in Romaine Villa that most welterweights, Crawford included, and Errol Spence absolutely would have a hard time with. A very hard time. A dude that stands right in front of you and don't back up. Let's not act like Crawford, and Crawford is great, but let's not act like Crawford haven't had trouble in the ring. Let's not act like he hasn't been hurt, he hasn't been buzzed. Kavalauskas, man, he didn't drop Crawford, but Crawford had to hold on and grab, and he fell because of that, and he was hurt, he was buzzed. Let's not act like Gamboa didn't buzz him too. Let's not act like he just ran through everybody, okay? And let's always remember, Adrian Broner is the first person to put Sean Porter on the canvas. Crawford did it twice, but Adrian Broner, who's not a legit welterweight, who's not a natural welterweight, he did that before anybody, right? Let's remember that. Again, not taking anything away from Crawford, but I'm just saying, let's not act like nobody's invincible. Y'all thought Errol Spence was invincible until he got into the ring with Crawford, but I knew he was invincible when Ugas hurt him in that fight, and Ugas could have took him up out of there if he would have attacked, if he would have put the pressure on him. He couldn't take Mikey Garcia out, Errol Spence. So I already knew that he was a weight bully. I already knew that it was just going to be a matter of time before he was going to take it out. And I knew Crawford was going to do it. I knew Boots would have did it. If Boots would have got Errol Spence in the ring, he would have did it in greater fashion. Because I remember what his father said. He said the way to beat Spence, the way we're going to beat Spence is how? We're going to walk him down. We're going to walk towards him. We're not going to back up. And that's how you beat Errol Spence because he can't fight going backwards. But anyway, y'all like to make up lies, man, on these fighters, man, and Boots in particular, man. That's what y'all doing. Instead of be happy for the man that he's with a promotional team that's going to get him some fights and he's able to shine and do what he do. Nah, man, y'all hating on him. Y'all don't want that. So now that he's there in a place where he needs to be, now it's a whole lot of chit chatter. You know what I mean? Y'all just want to talk. But y'all keep on talking because now it's going to be on. The excuse is going to be off the table. Danny Otis, you get ready to fight? So let's see what you're going to do. Virgil Ortiz, you already moved up to 154. You didn't want the smoke, but he's going to come up there soon. He'll be there. But first order of business is getting these welterweights in the ring. Conor Ben, we know you talk a lot, but you're a cheater. So you probably want to cheat, come in the ring, and see if you can outwork Boots and be able to take them punches because you're on a performance-enhancing drug, because that's what it does. It makes you irresistible, resistible or resistant of the punches that's coming at you when you're on them certain performance-enhancing drugs. So, of course, you calling out Boots because you probably already planning your cheat mode for the fight. We ain't taking you seriously, man, because Boots will beat you with the cheating. But, man, listen, stop running, man. Stop running from this dude. Y'all need to get in there and fight. And stop making up lies, y'all, on these channels. You know who you are. Stop lying about this man. And one by one, he's going to take these dudes down starting this year, starting now, and into next year. and be undisputed at welterweight. And then when he's ready to move up, that's what he'll do. All right? Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, boxing 24.